My husband asked me to start doubling up his lunch servings for work, and it ended up ruining both of our lives. I, 26F, still haven't fully decided on divorce, but I'm 95% sure on it. Me and my husband, 25M, and I have been married for almost 2 years and have a 6-month-old baby. I work part-time only to supplement our income and to pay for the legal process of getting him documented. We are very fortunate that it seems it may be an easy process of maybe 2 years max for his residency, but now I'm going to cancel everything and ask for a divorce. My routine used to be I wake up 1.5 hours before him in the morning and make him lunch and pack everything for him for work, and have his breakfast, coffee and clothes ready for him to wake up to. Then we eat, get dressed, and head out within 30 minutes. He used to be satisfied with what I packed him of freshly made chicken and either honey buffalo, lemon pepper and salad or some sort of chicken wraps, etc. Pure healthy food. I did this because I wanted to make his life easier and show him I cared and love him, and I've done this since we first moved in together more than 3 years ago. Well, recently I've had to start including dinner leftovers because he started asking for more food because he was still hungry afterwards, which I thought it was odd because no matter if I work or not, he always comes home to prepared food, so even if he wasn't full he would be okay. But I explained it off with maybe he's bulking or something. So I started including what I normally take to work, which has caused me to either go without lunch and having to wait till after work, or be late for work because I have to wait till the food is ready, and take some because I'm breastfeeding and can't miss eating every time. I'll leave food going such as in a crockpot or low heat depending how long after I leave he gets home. Well, last week when I was packing his lunch I found an unrecognized second fork in his lunchbox and was thrown off, so I asked and he said he found it in the kitchen of his work and brought it home. Odd, why didn't he just leave it? I had noticed small changes in him that I gaslighted myself into I'm being insecure because I just had a baby, but this made the pit of my stomach churn. So a few days later I decided to go to his work during lunch to surprise him with dessert and for him to see the baby. Well, that was when I found out why he wanted more food. His coworker he told me no longer worked there, who I'd caught him talking a little too friendly to, and I told him it bothered me and I had him removed from everything and block on WhatsApp, not only still worked there but was eating the lunch I freshly prepared for him and he was eating the leftovers. I didn't cause a scene, instead I took pictures and added to my folder of everything he's done before, from simple hearting other girls' stories after telling me he didn't, to exposed pictures of a co-worker from a previous job he got fired from because of her. I drove home crying to pack my things. When I got home I took the bassinet and anything I'd need for the baby and my essentials and went to my sisters and brother-in-laws and told them everything, and even showed him our conversations from WhatsApp where he told me she no longer worked there. I normally text him throughout the day, so he started texting me and calling me to see if I was okay and what was for dinner. He was almost off "Is everything okay?" And then he got to the house an hour earlier than usual, which also has me question if he's been lying about what time he gets off too, and saw mine and the baby's things gone. And my letter that he had 7 days to leave my house, my mom gave it to me when I was 20, and that he can communicate with my mother to see the baby when I'm at work or whenever he wants to see her, just let her know, and I'll drop off the baby with her. I, for the time being, don't want anything to do with him. And I left the printed photos of them eating lunch laughing together under the letter. Later that night when I decided I no longer wanted anything to do with him, I informed the lawyer. We had a group WhatsApp chat with me, him, the lawyer, paralegal and my brother-in-law, our co-sponsor, that I no longer was going to need his services. And then messaged the lawyer privately to ask if I could maybe move our contract and the money I've paid so far over to his divorce and family practice. He said unfortunately no, there's some clause or something that if we decide to no longer pursue the case we lose the money we've invested, and also that his immigration practice is a partnership with different people than his family one. But he will just leave our case open till we get a response for our next appointment from the government, and if we haven't worked things out by then he will cancel everything. Well, this caused him to go insane because now if he doesn't get papers he has to choose between his daughter and parents. To either risk never seeing his parents and family again or never seeing his daughter again if he goes over there. He's begging me to the point where I blocked him on everything. He's come to my brother-in-law's house and been told to leave or we are calling police. Then he later came back drunk with his buddies who then were all scared off by my brother-in-law and his shotgun. I feel so lost, broken and depressed. I also have security at work to make sure he doesn't show up at my office. My sister tells me to leave him but not to divorce so he can never get with anyone else and get papers, but I can't do that to him. I've gone back home, only to check on the house and see if he's gone. I'm still staying with my sister, and surprisingly there's no damage to anything in his things, only, are gone. So at least I feel a little relief in that. I'm not looking for advice, I know I'm not going back, there is no longer any trust, my mental health wouldn't be safe in that relationship, and I know I can't have my daughter grow up with that kind of relationship being an example. I just needed to put this out there in order for it to solidify in my brain and be able to reflect that this is now a pattern and he's gone beyond disrespecting me by now also making me make her food. I've been budgeting, trying to make things last, sometimes eating less than I want to or skipping meals if possible. If a meal was heavier of carbs I'd skip since I should have enough for my milk supply, all to be able to pay bills, lawyer, his gym membership, and supplements. I lose out on rest and sleep because I ensure laundry and the house is kept spotless while the baby sleeps. I've basically gone from an independent, educated career woman to a 1950s housewife with a job and school, all because I blindly fell for this man. When I say I feel stupid, that's an understatement. Edit to add, some things I want to clarify I've been seeing in the comments. No, my sister isn't pushing me to stay in a relationship with him. She's telling me not to divorce him so that he can't just go find another woman to marry and use for the green card. No, I'm not taking anything from him that wasn't mine before we got married. Before me, he lived in a house with 7 other men sharing a bedroom with a bunk bed, and he drove a 2000 Buick he had to unplug from the battery in order to use it again. That car got scrapped after the electrical went out. The car he is using is my car I got in high school that got me through high school part-time and seasonal jobs and community college. Also, my mom isn't dead. She gave me my childhood home because I was going to college and it's 10-minute commute from the college. She gave it to me because I'm the last of the kids. All my brothers and sisters are at least 10 years older, and aside from my sister who's helping me, they all live in different states. He left home with a motorcycle he's customizing, his gaming systems, clothes, and the guest bedroom TV, which was the only TV that was not mounted. Also, I'm not keeping his daughter from him. I just personally don't want to see him because I know he will try to give me a ton of excuses and try to make me understand him. He can speak to my sister or mom and they will supervise him to see his daughter whenever he wants to. There is no battle in that. I don't think he's a bad father, but I just don't think my relationship with him is the example I want to give my daughter. Yes, I'm Mexican too. My dad came to the States and then later brought my mom and 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Took a decade to see each other again, which is why I'm so apart from my siblings and the only one born here. Update, almost 3 weeks later. Sorry it's been a while since I updated anyone. I've been busy sorting out my life, and this was supposed to be a throwaway account, so I didn't expect it to blow up the way it did, much less anyone to actually want updates. I guess I'll start with the most asked question, which was if I left him? Yes, I also got a full checkup, and I indeed had an infection I was lucky I could treat and be good without any further issues. So thank you to the people who suggested I get checked. This also confirmed his unfaithfulness because, as I mentioned, I had a baby not long ago, and during the whole pregnancy they checked me for everything, and they had done a full panel when I was 3 months postpartum because I got a UTI and my doctor wanted to ensure it was only that. Did I talk to him to get his side of the story? Yes. When I went to tell him about the infection, I allowed him to speak his mind about everything. I only asked him for the truth as there wasn't anything else for him to ruin. It was completely over at this point. And here's shortened version. He never meant to hurt me. He loves his daughter and me. He enjoyed the attention. It was something new and exciting. It took his mind off the stress of bills, kid, my emotional state, and the general routine of his life. Life had gotten boring and she entertained him. I'm sorry that your wife organized your previously chaotic life. That's about what I believe to be true out of the couple of hours of begging, excuses, gaslighting, and even blaming. The rest was 1. That the infection is a common one that happens because of cow poop everywhere and because he goes out and pees outside without washing his hands or something. 2. She doesn't like men, she was just one of the guys. Come on, really? 3. I only gave her lunch that day. It was just the one time that she forgot her lunch and she asked me because she saw I had 2 lunches. 4. He would never stand so low to break his family. Why would I make such assumptions? Oh, so you knew what you were doing? Once I showed him my chart with my results and explained how it's not a normal infection like E. coli that you can get because of poop and it was an actual transmissible infection. I also explained that I hadn't slept with anyone since we met, and how my doctor explained that if I would have had any kind of transmissible diseases I would have known during my pregnancy because not only is it common practice to test for all risks but my high-risk pregnancy and preterm labor, she tested for all kinds of things to see if she could find the cause of issues and afterward to find the cause of preterm labor. He admitted it shortly after that he listened to me and saw my doctor's note. I'll add that I have the best gynecologist, and she was amazing in listening to me and allowing me to cry and gave me not only support during that moment with even having a nurse take my daughter out for me to cry, but also printed me information and ensured me that a simple medicine will make it all go away, and I should not see any more issues. Anyhow, he's staying at the dairy at some trailer the owner let him borrow, and for those who thought she would take him in, it turns out she's engaged and she is about to start her wedding and do an adjustment of status, get her papers. Anyways, I'm back to living on my own. My baby is doing great. I have another office job lined up for January, and I have a few universities I've applied to. I'm currently going to community college online, but if I get into a uni I think I'll move out of this town. My grandma said she would move with me to help me. Some days are long, like today it's late at night and I can't sleep because I miss him. But I've been entertaining myself getting rid of stuff in my home to start a new slate and organize everything. I won't lie and say I'm doing great. On my days off I don't get out of bed. My house is clean but my bedroom has my laundry basket over full and I brought out the guest blankets and pillows to use. People at work have noticed a slowed pace in my work and I was offered time off but I denied it. Although now that somehow the rumor of what happened has reached my job I may take it. Thank you for all the support everyone. Although I had a few people call me names and talk badly to me in my messages, I appreciate the other people who commented nice things and showed me support. Edit to update, I woke up to my husband's call. He apologized again. I'm still not budging, but he told me he was talking to some guys at work about free clinics or where they go when they're sick, and turns out that same woman has been sleeping with a few from there. I don't know if around the same time, but one of them told my husband where to get treated for free because he got it from her too. In his apology, which sounded more sincere this time, but I believe it's worse because it's only after he realized he wasn't special to her, just another one of the guys she slept with. But I say sincere because he didn't have many excuses. Instead, he seemed to hold himself accountable by saying he had won the lottery and messed up. He begged for a second chance because he doesn't know what came over him. He says he hates coming home to an empty trailer, and he misses seeing his daughter the moment after work. What shook me up was when he said he used to feel more exhausted when he used to come home to us because the baby would be excited to see him and would cry to be held by him, and during the week I would often leave the same easy meals made for him so he could eat while I left to work, and he started to feel tired of it. It was a boring routine of same foods during the week. Coming home and having to watch the baby so I could go to work. That solidified to me that I don't ever want to find another relationship, much less go back to him. The routine I worked hard to put my family together was a chore to him. I literally dealt with a fussy, tired child till he got home so she would mostly sleep and he would only need a single bottle for her, but even that was too hard. He said he would give up the world just to be back into his routine because now he comes home to an empty trailer where it's just a bed and a fold-out table. He hasn't eaten his diet because he doesn't have time to prep. He started spending money on lunch because he doesn't have food made for him. He says he misses the baby so much that he now cries when he goes home. I told him I don't know what to tell him about that, but if he wanted to see the baby when I go to work, he can go see her at my mom's, who now babysits for me. Knowing my mom, she makes food and she would never deny him food so he can go over there and eat and be with the baby after work. But I had to go, I couldn't talk anymore. When I tell y'all I've never cried so hard in my life, it's an understatement. It doesn't help it's raining today. I think I'm calling into work today and tomorrow talking to my boss about taking those days. Edit to add, the next day, I was logging off for a while, but I figured I'd update everyone to let you know she found my home and started harassing me now. I guess somehow her fiancé found out and she thinks it was because of me. I feel like things are just going from bad to worse. I had to leave my car in my mom's garage and borrow my nephew's car, which my neighbor let me park in her driveway because she threatened to ruin my car like I ruined her relationship, which isn't just hypothetical but also ironic. OP made a post on the legal advice subreddit, same day, what do I need to file a restraining order in Texas? My husband cheated on me and the woman who he cheated with is now harassing me. I guess she was engaged and was about to go from a visa to residency because of her fiancé, but somehow he found out about her relationship with my husband. She believes it was me, but I don't know who her partner is or was or who told him yet. Since like 4 p.m. today she's done the following. 1. Punctured a hole in one of my tires. 2. Wrote on my front bay window home wrecker. 3. Keeps calling me from different numbers and now I'm starting to receive spam text messages after I blocked all of her numbers and stopped answering random numbers. 4. Threaten I'll ruin your car like you ruined my relationship. This is all since this afternoon. I called the police, but by the time they showed up she was gone. And they said I had no proof of what she's doing, so unless they find her doing it or I have proof, their hands are tied. My mom and stepdad said they will put up cameras in my home and my mom is keeping my car at her home. They want me to stay with them too, but I don't want to leave my home in case she tries something against it. The most I was able to get is a police officer patrolling the area, meaning they will be close by and randomly pass by. I'm not sure what to do. I don't even know who her partner is and I'm already dealing with leaving my husband and now she's harassing me. Any advice before it gets worse? Update in the comments, 8 days later. My baby and I are doing better. She's doing okay at the moment, but unfortunately I've started to show some physical symptoms of the extreme stress I've been going through. As of Wednesday I haven't had any more issues with the woman as my stepdad put cameras up and the moment one of the cameras alerted me they captured movement, I got on the phone with police. I'm not sure what she was planning, but she spent enough time under my kitchen window and my laundry window that the police showed up and got her for trespassing now with my video evidence. I've sent it to the guy who was originally our immigration lawyer, who said he will be doing an immigration report on her and use my original picture of her working, and my video evidence of her trespassing, and I don't know what else to prove. She's not only in the country while her visa isn't active but also working and doing illegal things. I don't know what she wanted, but if she would have left me alone I would not have done anything. I didn't report to her fiancé or do anything against her. Everything naturally happened and now in order to protect myself I've had the lawyer report her for me. Update in the comments, about 1 month later, we're okay. I've been numb to the whispers and just waiting for the office closing days for holiday vacation to start so I can go to Mexico for a while till our office reopens mid-January. I've made friends with my area's police officer, so he comes by and sweeps the area often and even has had his wife come stay with me and help me with my daughter and help me stay safe. I quit posting because the post actually blew up enough to where she found out about it. I guess I wasn't vague enough. I guess her husband uses Reddit, and after he found out about her cheating and drama he put 2 and 2 together and reached out to me and I was able to confirm it was him by phone and met in person to talk. Editor's note: this post did get a lot of traction on several different subs and was posted several places outside of Reddit, including Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest and TikTok. To me it's actually quite plausible someone found it. Turned out he actually reported her overstay, but I guess somehow she didn't get deported, but she along with a few others including my ex were all fired from their job because of his report. According to him she won't be able to ever renew her visa again because she came as a tourist, which means she can't work. He apologized for her craziness and offered to help me, but I turned him down because his involvement might actually make it worse. My ex started sleeping around and I guess doesn't learn his lesson. I don't care anymore though, I've come to peace, he's not the person I married. I'm so disgusted by him now that I don't even like him kissing on my daughter. He does come to see her when my mom watches her more now that he got fired and is job hunting. I ask my mom that he leaves before I pick up because he will start crying the moment he sees me and tries to hug me. Police have been useless aside the friendly officer and his wife. It's not just that girl now, it's like 3 girls who are her friends plus a few others who have slept with my ex who harass me because he tells them he loves me and wants me back, which I don't know if he's stupid or is manipulating them to attack me for him. Either way, I've deactivated all of my social medias and the ones I do use are all private or with a different name so I can just use but I just don't post. Sorry it's long and boring. Edit. Also, one of the people who was sending me hate messages saying I'm a psychopath, I deserve the cheating and talking a lot of crap to me was her. Her ex confirmed her account. Mini update in the comments, 1.5 months later, she's finally stopped but I think it's because she doesn't know anything of where I live, work or do. Suspiciously, when I quit informing my ex, she also quit finding me. I only meet my ex in public now. Final update, 2 days later. Honestly, I'm trying to focus on healing now. After everything, I'm disgusted to think back of the time I slaved for him. I look at him and it's just not the same. I used to see his green eyes and love his long lashes, now I notice his pimple scars and bad skin. I used to be excited for him to be home and try to think of something special to surprise him when he got home or what would get him to smile. Now I just wonder how many times he was screwing around while I was fixing him something special or preparing everything for him to come home to a warm, clean, welcoming home. I never thought I would dread to have to see him or have anxiety when he's near. I just focusing on myself now.